And symbolic of the community of homeless people who struggle every single day for survival, I'm now presenting a resolution that the council has passed unanimously to Eric Jonathan Sheptock, who stands to my left, always. I'm very comfortable with that. And there's wonderful language here about what Eric went through. I'm just going to mention a couple of things. When he was 8 months old, he suffered a massive head injury and was not expected by doctors to develop normal cognitive functions, much less finish high school. The head injury left him an extreme stutterer, often taking 3 minutes to utter one sentence. He spent 5 years in foster care. Then a Polish man and an Italian woman took him in when he was 5.5 years old. They moved to New Jersey, and his parents raised a family of 37 children. The Sheptocks moved to Florida, and then Eric graduated from Hollister Christian Academy in 1987, where he was a straight A student. Eric began advocating for the homeless in June 2006 due to the coaching of Mary Ann Luby, who many of us remember with great love and affection. So Eric became a member of the committee to save Franklin Shelter. Fellow homeless advocate David Pirtle taught him to do email, a good skill, which you are a master of. Eric established a new advocacy group in 2011 called SHARK, which stands for Shelter, Housing, and Respectful Change. With Eric as chair, SHARK went on to lead the beginning of a robust public conversation about the future of the 1,350-bed federal city shelter, which was CCNV, which we will always remember as associated with Mitch Snyder and his heroic efforts with President Reagan. One of the few bright spots of that administration. This is an aside. Editorial aside. Thank you. And we have Mayor-elect Bowser here joining with us. Isn't it wonderful? Can we have a round of applause for Mayor-elect Bowser? So this is the first of 6, as I've mentioned, and so we're going to declare various days, but we're going to declare the last day of this year, December 31st, 2014, as Eric Jonathan Sheptock Day in the District of Columbia.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you all for being here. And I should say that, unlike my father, I'm not a man of few words, but I've been told to keep it short. You know, but that said, oddly enough, New Year's Eve is exactly 46 days before my 46th birthday. I'll be 46 on 2/15 of 2/15. So a little bit of symmetry going on there. But I want to say, I'll get a little off script here and say that, first of all, I heard about this event about a month or so ago, but I didn't hear about the recognizing a day for Eric Jonathan Sheptock until yesterday. So I was flattered. You know, I'm still flattered, and I was also very surprised to find that somebody who's given so many headaches to so many folk in City Hall would actually be honored by them. And I've been told not to let anybody soothe me in the silence. Those who know me well can't imagine that being the case. You know, I can't be soothed in the silence. I can't be silenced for any reason, for that matter, which is a far cry from 20 years ago when I could hardly say a single sentence in 3 minutes. You see, I've gotten to beat that one, right? But that said, I do stand on the shoulders of Mitch Snyder and other advocates. You know, I want to point out there's a lot of folk in here who I've worked with. I'm not going to try to name all of them. I have a few of them up here beside me. So this is Naila Goodwin. This is Kevin. I know last name. This is Regina Christian. Danielle Green. Okay. And the rest of all you know. But anyway, so there's a few of the many people that I've worked with, and our fight is not over yet. We actually have time and a half as many homeless folk in D.C. as we had when we started the effort to end homelessness. We're from 6,000 to 9,000 now. But so our work is cut out for us, and we really need some affordable housing, living wage jobs, and that's kind of my push. And I hope to work with the Bowser administration in the next few days, actually, as we transition. You know, I'm going to hit the ground running. You know, don't waste any time. So that said, she sees I have the gift of gab, but I'm going to give it the mic nonetheless, and I hope to work with you in the future, the very near future, to defeat homelessness and create affordable housing and living wage jobs.
Well, Eric, we are proud to celebrate you today, but more than that, celebrate the voices and the people that you speak up for. And I want to acknowledge the hard work of Councilmember Jim Graham on all of these issues to make sure that we have a strong safety net in this city and that we live up to the potential of the District of Columbia, so that a city that is prosperous and growing can look out for all of its people. And we're committed to doing all of that. But Eric, today is your day in the District of Columbia. Thank you for your service.
Now, as you have seen, I just received this resolution / proclamation of New Year's Eve being Eric Jonathan Sheptock Day here in the District of Columbia. You saw me up there with Mayor-elect Muriel Bowser and with several council members. And you saw how that I gave them a shout out and said to Muriel that in the coming days, not weeks or months, but in the coming days, I want to work with her to begin on a plan to end homelessness in the District of Columbia. Now, Ms. Bowser, I would like to say this directly to you, that I want to set up a meeting with you and I, so that we can make some sort of plan as to how it is we're going to proceed in our efforts to end homelessness. We know that we need living wage jobs and affordable housing. I would like for your administration to focus a lot of its attention on housing those who are able to work. There are some supports for the disabled and the mentally ill. There are some supports for the heads of homeless households, but we need also to work on getting those single homeless people who can work to work.